You were going to fix this today.
Oh, we.
This is Gulf Harbour Radio. Good evening, everybody. Patricia and David here, ZMH 286. Just looking at my microphone, which was going to be adjusted to an upright position today, but we kind of got a bit busy heading to the city. It is just the same old weather here, grey, gloomy, but no rain again today. It's 1024.5 on the bar. Northeast, about 8 at the moment. It's just been sort of like this all day. 17 degrees though, that's pretty good. And 99% cloud cover. I think there was a little bit, I can't see it now from the window, but there was just a tiny little bit of a gap in the cloud cover. It is D-Day today, so spare a thought for the 4,500 Allied troops who died on Omaha Beach way back.
Was one day.
One day in one day, yes, one day. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it, what people have done for a free world. They wouldn't be probably too happy if they saw the world at the moment, but we do owe a lot to them. Okay, we've got a bit of movement of boats tomorrow. Freitas is looking to go to the Hapais. We'll see what that's looking like. I'll give, before I call Obsession in, I'll give the position for Koh-i-Noor. They're in a position that doesn't seem to get good AIS coverage, or the satellites are a bit slow because it's about 4 hours old, and Whitehawk, who is just slightly ahead of them, is about 4 hours old as well. But anyway, Koh-i-Noor are on a course of 359, about 4 knots. It's very light conditions. Their position 4 hours ago is 2407 and 17949 west. It's very light east-southeast. They must be getting sick of the engine. But tomorrow, with a bit of luck, they will have 10 to 15 knots from the east. So that will cheer them up, as well as Whitehawk. Y2K still looks a bit stormy there, but anyway, it's about 12 knots from the south, and the temperature's up to 32 degrees. So that's not too bad. I wonder if they got to go for their balloon launch. For those who want a vast increase in your spending money, the lotto in New Zealand on Saturday night, the Powerball lotto, will be over $50 million because it has not been reached, and it has to be used up on, I don't know how they do this, but anyway, there will be a winner on Saturday. So how they do that, God only knows. But anyway, if you want 50 million, we would get quite a good boat, wouldn't we? We'd be able to have houses all over the place. 50 million. Oh, that would be lovely. Must think about taking a ticket. All right, Obsession, Gulf Harbour Radio. Yeah, I've got good copy on you, Lisa. Go ahead on your last night.
Yes, very exciting. It's a stunning day today here, and our current position is current position is 1908 minutes south, 177 degrees 51 minutes east. We're having a force of approximately 315 magnetic, and we're doing a speed of about 6 knots. Over.
And do I hear the engine on? What's the weather conditions?
Yeah, we're just waiting to finish this because I need the engine for the SSC. So the wind is just beginning to build. We think it's 15 to 20 knots east-southeast. So it'll be enough at the sail hopefully through the night. We've got 10% cloud cover, and we've got a 1.5 metre east-southeast swell. But stunning nonetheless. We're just going past Kadavu. Over.
Yep, roger that. We have Obsession just passing Kandavu, 1908 south, 17751 east, on a course currently 315 magnetic, 6 knots, 15 to 20 east southeast. Hopefully that will be nice and steady all night. 10% cloud cover. Well, must have been a stunning day. 1.5 metre east southeast swell. So pretty good conditions. You'll be thinking nice thoughts about your passage. Over.
Yes, yeah, Thank you. Over.
Roger that. Okay, well, stay safe and enjoy. Okay, I don't think we've got anybody else here. Does anybody want to? Are you going to do anything useful tonight? Like tell them about the weather?
I'll do the Fiji and
Okay,
all that.
he'll
Yeah.
do the Fiji. Stand by, folks.
Well, I might as well do all three groups, island groups. So we'll start with Fiji. And as the last couple of days, they have a strong wind warning for all Fiji waters. Strong wind warning. And I won't go some of the verbiage they've got, but anyway, the most important thing is southeast winds 20 to 25 knots. This is for all Fiji waters through 6 p.m. tomorrow. The day after, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots. Very same thing. So a little bit more wind than what Lisa is getting on Obsession, but they're not quite up. Well, they're by Candavu, so they're in the scope of this weather prediction. So looks like the weather, Lisa, is going to pick up according to them. So that's the way that goes. So let's take a look now at Tonga, and still a damaging heavy swell warning, and also a small craft advisory for all Tonga coastal waters. So through midnight tomorrow, for everywhere in Tonga, southeast winds 10 to 20, then rising up to 25 at times. Moderate seas up to 2.5 meters, and a moderate to heavy damaging southerly swell 3 to 4 meters. That's expected to ease by tomorrow, they say. The outlook for Saturday, again for all Tonga coastal waters, east to southeast winds 15 to 20, rising 25 to 30 at times. Moderate to rough seas up to 3 meters, and that moderate southerly swell up to 2.5 meters. So that is for Saturday. And moving all the way over to Vanuatu, we're seeing Friday partly cloudy. Well, they're sticking with the partly cloudy. Hang on, I want to do something with this computer. Wait 1 second. Well, it is acting up on me, and for some reason, I'm going to try one more thing, folks. Bear with me here, you Vanuatu people. Okay, here we go, and finally, we're getting better information. So, looking at Luganville for tomorrow. Well, guess what? Partly cloudy. Partly cloudy in Luganville. Same for Saturday, partly cloudy. And on Sunday, showers. So get out the umbrella on Sunday. And temperatures, 23 low and a high of 30. That's Luganville. And winds about 10 to 15. And it looks like out of the east. Port Vila, partly cloudy for Friday and Saturday, and they're calling off showers for Sunday as well. And pretty much the same temperature, although the highs are only 29, a degree less, a little bit further south. And the winds, 10 to 15 knots, and that's Friday and Saturday. And Sunday, much lighter air, 5 to 10 knots. But they're calling off showers, so I think there might be a little bit more wind than what they're saying, especially in the gusts. And then for Lenikai, Friday and Saturday, partly cloudy, same thing, and Sunday, showers again. So it looks like that trough is going to go right through all of Vanuatu. Temperature 28 as a high, 28 C. So it's interesting, 1 degree each island group that you go southward, it would appear. Winds 10 to 15 on Friday, and same thing for Saturday, and a little bit lighter for Sunday. So that's your basic forecast from the Vanuatu Met Service. So with that, here's the chief.
I might not have missed it, but I just wondered if you had covered Freitas, who is in South Minerva, heading off tomorrow for the Hapais, and Aka is heading off tomorrow from North Minerva. I'm not sure what the destination is, but heading away from the Minervas, what is your gut feel? Stand by.
Well, I would say tomorrow, looking at Friday about lunchtime, roughly easterly winds, about 13, 14, 15 knots, thereabouts. We'll say that you left early and you're going a little bit further than that. Still easterlies as you're heading to Nuku'alofa, about 14, 15 knots, yep. And Saturday, what's Saturday going to do? We'll look at lunch. We'll look at lunch on Saturday. Well, it looks like we're getting a bit of a wind shift. So I would say that it's looking like east-southeast for Saturday. The models seem to want to say 15, but I think it's going to be more east-southeast, maybe even southeast, which would be very good news. And let's see if there's going to be any rain forecasted. And hang on, folks. Alrighty, it finally the computer is reacting to the prompt. And no, not hardly anything. I would say, if anything, a brief shower down there in Nuku'alofa. It doesn't look like much at all. Now I'm looking at satellite imagery, and from what I can see, scattered clouds. Mostly cumulus, broken cumulus. No stratus that I could see, no high clouds that I could see. So the odds of a vicious squall are minimal to almost zero, but could be some showers. There's enough cloud, it looks like, for that. A lot of breaks in between, so you'll have quite a bit of sunshine as well. So apart from easterly sort of wind, you'll be, I guess, out of close reach. That probably doesn't bother too many people. Anyhow, that's what it looks like. We'll look forward to what the real thing is when you let us know tomorrow, we hope. Here's the chief.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, is there anybody wanting to make contact with Gulf Harbour Radio? Please call now.
Gulf Harbour, Aka.
Aka, I thought you were on Podgian tonight. Are they with you? Anyway, good evening, Ed. Go ahead.
Yeah, we spent the day on the other side just checking out and see what was left and, go around the reef, get a little blood, how that works. But no, we're probably heading out tomorrow for Shabu Shabu, and we learned and listened to the weather, so we thank David for that a lot. And I guess we owe you lurkers fees, really.
Oh, well, they're pretty low, actually. Especially when you give good advice. I don't know whether you got my email, but Ellie and Max did go to the Met office and enjoyed a day, and I'm not sure whether they went today to launch the balloon. They were going to go yesterday, but it was rather inclement weather. So yeah, that sort of balances it out when you give good advice like that, Ed. Over.
Oh, well, it's a good place to be. Those people are really nice. And it's fun to watch the fire department clear the landing strip of boats and people and stuff like that when the plane comes in. And sometimes it takes them 2 or 3 trips to get it all done. But, there's 4 launches in North Minerva. I've never seen that before. And then there's 4 other boats. So, there's still a few of us here.
Yeah, that is quite unusual. I mean, there's boats like the Beast, which you expect to see because they seem to spend a lot of time going up to the various islands. But yeah, 4 of them. Wow. Yeah, that is unusual, especially with the cost of diesel these days. Over.
Yeah, right. Yes, it's an expensive way to fly.
Yeah. All right. Well, it sounds like it's well. You'll be taken off tomorrow, and you'll hopefully get to Savu Savu without too much trouble.
What's the ETA?
Yeah. What's your ETA? Over.
If I leave tomorrow, it's a total of 489 miles, so I'm looking at sometime Monday, over.
Okay. Yep. Sort of avoid the weekend hassle. Not sure whether they still do that. Hey, does anybody know? I should actually get in touch with Vicky. Does anybody heard whether Thursday's child got off the reef? Over.
Well, tell it about 15 out
Yeah,
of the east. on Monday.
David's just looking for you, and it's about 15 out of the east. But I'm just wondering, does
Monday.
if anybody? Oh, this is on Monday. Sorry, on Monday. So that sounds pretty comfortable. And I just wondered if you or anybody else on the air knew about Thursday's child and whether they actually got off the reef. Ed, over.
You know, I've heard nothing. We had a boat here leave here yesterday for Tonga Tapu, and he was, watched him on AIS leaving. He was actually sailing about 57 magnetic, which is a winner for Tonga Tapu. And station left early, but I lose track of people on the AIS, 8 or 10 miles out. But I've heard nothing on the radio about that, and getting off the reef in Fiji is always a circumstance over.
Yeah, indeed, especially a distance from where the help departs from. I think they got the catamaran music that went on the reef at the pass off, but then that wasn't too far for them to go. Yeah, it is a bit of a problem. I will contact Vicky and see what she has to say. All right. Well, you two have a good night, and we'll hopefully talk to you tomorrow and get a bit of a picture of what it's like out in the ocean for David to compare what the models are saying. So cheers, Ed. Is there anybody else for Gulf Harbour?
Gulf Harbour, David, over.
Oh, good copy tonight. Good evening, Paula. And you're taking off, I presume, tomorrow as well, over?
Yeah, Romeo will head off in the morning. We have some news from South Minerva, over.
Oh, you always have good news. I mean, the whale was an interesting one. So what's tonight's news, over?
Tonight's news is the Common Navy has been in and they fixed the light and they left, over.
Wow, that's interesting. They have got some very good people on board because they did the same thing according to Pogean at North Minerva, and that light hadn't been going for a couple of years, so now the lights at South Minerva are doing well too. It's a wonder they didn't ask for a donation, over.
Yeah, no, they didn't come up to the front. No, they just did their thing for the lights and then they left late this afternoon. So, yeah, it's all good here. Yeah, we thank you, David, for the weather. So we've marked in advance of arrival for both Tonga and Fiji because we're not quite sure if we're going to make it to Tonga.
Yep, well, it sounds as if it'll be a good try anyway, so...
Best to go from Tonga to Fiji than Fiji to Tonga.
Exactly. David's just saying far better to get to Tonga and then go to Fiji than the other way around. So do your best, and you know, a bit of a beat's not too bad. It's good for the boat, over.
Okay, I'll remember that, you when I'm feeling a bit unhappy about things. And David, if you can just come up a little bit more south than that east, I'll be happy.
Okay, I'll tell him to get out a clean cloth for the crystal ball tomorrow, because that sometimes does influence things. Yeah, actually our boat doesn't do too badly on a beat, and to be honest, I'd rather beat than have the wind dead downwind. I just hate that. So you won't get that anyway, that's for sure. So we'll just see what happens tomorrow, and good luck on that one. All right. Let you go. And is there anybody else before we shut it down? Yeah, I might actually send that information about the lights off to Wellington because the RCC would be interested in that after 2 years. Not that they were holding their breath. Okay, cheers everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio. We'll be back again tomorrow night at 5:15. And you all, as they say, have a good night, and the frequency's all yours.